Hi, I'm Kenneth Wajda, and I'm a professional photographer here in Colorado with another one of my photography talks. So today I want to talk about a great way to capture the moment and not to deal with shutter lag and to not have to fight that the camera wasn't ready when you are. Sometimes you have to be instantaneously ready. You have to be stealth, right? Sometimes you have to make the image right this second, and a split second later and you missed the shot. So there's something called zone focusing, which I want to talk about. And zone focusing is our friend. Because if I'm shooting on the streets, if I'm walking down a sidewalk and I'm using 400 speed film, if I can get a 500th of a second as a shutter speed, and on a, say, a medium cloudy day, get an f8 aperture, f8 is a great place to put that aperture instead of wide open, because an f8 means if you focus at around 12 to 15 feet, pretty much everything from about 8 feet to infinity or 10 feet to infinity will be in focus, which is pretty much to say everything is in focus. If you have an autofocus camera and you manually focus, even if you have to point the camera autofocus sensor at something that's about 12 feet or 15 feet away, focus on it, and then turn it on manual focus, now as soon as you push the shutter, it will shoot because it doesn't need to find focus first. It's ready to go. It's in manual focus at that point. If you leave it there, you can walk around all day long and you can fire it at anything you see and everything will be in focus. Because unless they're closer than that 10 feet or 8 feet that the minimum focus is, the f8 aperture is going to put more in focus. And I'm thinking of like walking around with like a 35mm lens or a 28. That wouldn't apply if you were using a telephoto, but usually walking street photography, we're walking around with 35s and 28s, and that f8 gives you a lot of depth of field. And like I said, this isn't the kind of a place for street photography where you're trying to tell a story that you want necessarily razor thin depth of field. You kind of want to be able to see the scene. And it's more about the moment and the people engaged in that moment than it is, look how shallow I made that background. So zone focusing is a really easy thing to do. It's convenient, it makes you stealth, it makes it so that you're not depending on the camera to constantly find focus, and it's showing that you are understanding your lenses and you're making them work for you to get the moment. Now you can use it in the backyard with your kids, you can use it at parties with your friends, you can use it on the street. It's a great tool for if things are typically above that 8-10 feet away, everything will be in focus as long as you zone focus at 12 or 15 feet. You can even look on the lens. Some lenses, the old Nikon lenses, the old Canon lenses, they had scale markings and they would show you once you were focused, put it on 12 feet, you'll see at the f8 marks, there's marks on both sides of the focus, and it'll show you what's in focus, from what foot range to what. And you can see exactly what you're going to get. And zone focus is a great, great tool. And like I said, I'm a big fan of it. I walk around and do a lot of street, and often I'll use that, unless I'm shooting things that are much closer. And or if I'm shooting in a place where there's not much light and I have to shoot more wide open, then it doesn't work so well because you need that f8 to create the depth of field that gets you that wide amount in focus so that you can just point and shoot. All right, that's today's talk. I hope you're enjoying these. If you are, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.